Betrayal always begins in silence. I remember the night it all started, the kind of night that looks ordinary to anyone else, but lingers in your bones forever. I could hear the hum of the street outside, the faint tapping of rain against the glass, and yet something inside me was louder, restless, uneasy. It's strange how the heart knows before the mind catches up. I didn't have proof. I didn't have answers. But I had that ache, that whisper, that something wasn't right. In the beginning, everything looked perfect. We were a picture of trust, of closeness, of love wrapped up in laughter. My partner, my best friend, the people I thought would stand beside me through anything. They were the constants in my world. We shared dinners, inside jokes, long talks that stretched into the night. With them, I felt safe. With them, I believed I had found the unshakable kind of loyalty that holds a life together. How could I have known that the very hands holding me steady were the same ones? Slowly loosening my grip on reality. The cracks were subtle at first. Missed calls, strange excuses, eyes that darted away when questions landed too close. It was little things really, so small they could almost be brushed aside. But small things add up. A smile that felt rehearsed. A message that was hidden just a second too quickly. My laughter started to sound forced, even to me. I wanted to believe it was all in my head. I wanted to believe love was enough. But deep down, the truth was already waiting, sharp and merciless. And then it happened. The moment the world I knew split open. Proof landed in my hands. Undeniable, shattering. My best friend, the one I trusted with my secrets, my fears, my very heart, had crossed a line I could never redraw. My partner, the one who swore forever, had built forever with someone else. Together, they carved out a world behind my back, a world where my trust was currency spent without thought. It wasn't just betrayal. It was theft. It was the robbery of everything I believed in. In the aftermath, grief settled over me like a heavy fog. I wandered through days like a ghost, questioning everything. Was I not enough? Was every smile, every memory, just a performance leading up to this finale? The nights were the hardest, when silence turned into echoes of their laughter, replaying again and again until I thought I'd lose my mind. I was surrounded by people, yet I had never felt lonelier. That's what betrayal does. It doesn't just take away people. It takes away the version of yourself that trusted them. But slowly, something shifted. Pain gave way to focus. I stopped asking why and started asking what now. I studied their patterns, their words, the evidence they left behind like crumbs. They thought I was broken. They thought I would stay silent. But in silence, I was building something stronger than rage. A plan. I collected details, stories, receipts, every slip of the mask they didn't notice. I smiled at them, played the part of someone too hurt to fight back, while in truth, I was stitching together their undoing. They thought they were careful. They thought I was blind. But patience is sharper than anger, and I was patient. The night came sooner than they expected. A party, a celebration, a stage they thought belonged to them. But the spotlight shifted. I raised my glass and gave them the gift they had unknowingly given me, the truth. Piece by piece, I told their story aloud. Every lie unwrapped, every secret revealed. The room grew silent, faces turned, and in that silence, I watched them crumble. My voice didn't rise. I didn't scream. I didn't beg. I simply spoke the truth, and the truth was louder than any rage. They tried to speak, to explain, to twist it back, but the mask was already gone. Their world ended not with a fight, but with exposure. That was the night I walked away, not in defeat, not in tears, but in control. They were left standing in the wreckage, holding each other like lifeboats that were already sinking. Friends distanced themselves. Whispers followed them everywhere. At work, at home, in every corner of their lives. The shadow of betrayal stretched long and heavy. They thought they'd found happiness in each other, But trust built on lies collapses faster than anything else. And it did. Their comfort turned to suspicion. Their laughter to arguments. Because if they could betray me, how could they ever believe they wouldn't betray each other? Meanwhile, I healed. Slowly, quietly, but steadily. The silence that once felt unbearable became freedom. I rediscovered myself in the small things. The sound of my own laughter. The peace of a quiet evening. The joy of meeting people without fear. Every scar became a reminder, not of pain, but of survival. I realized betrayal hadn't destroyed me. It had revealed me. It had shown me strength I didn't know I had. And that's the truth I carry now. Betrayal reveals more about them than it ever does about you. Their lies are their weight to carry. Their choices are their curse. But you still hold the power to choose how the story ends. Revenge isn't fire and fury. Sometimes it's just walking away whole while they burn in the ruin of their own lies. True victory isn't their downfall. True victory is your peace. So if you've been betrayed, if you've been broken, know this. The storm will pass. The silence will come. And in that silence, you will discover that you were never weak. You were becoming unbreakable. They thought betrayal would end you. But in the end, it set you free. They thought I was weak. They thought I would break. But I didn't. I became stronger. And that was my greatest revenge.